will you get me a fan? I really am hot. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I want to sweat.
That's
I was
what
thinking
our
about
shirts
naming
are
myself
for Jesus.
Hollywood for Jesus.
No, I
Or
mean,
do you want to be it too?
Hollywood for Jesus.
no, I'm Fit Babe for Jesus.
I wanted to be Gypsy for Jesus. But-
You're Hollywood and I'm Fit Babe.
But Jeremiah looked it up and he goes, I think that's offensive. And I'm like, seriously?
What was it?
Gypsy for Jesus? Because that's so much more me.
That's going to be a lot of sound.
No, I don't think so. Whew, it's blowing up my,
Oh,
my
no,
underwear.
you can't do that. That's going to blow up
Is
my
it
hair
on
and I'm
low?
fixing
Let
it.
me see what I hear.
Actually, Leslie,
Let me see.
your hair would be hot blowing a little bit. You won't look so pasty.
Oh, my God. No.
Will you start the show?
And
That was funny when you
Action.
went ding, ding.
Ugh.
I wish it made it to 10, though. It was only 9 punches.
No, that's not funny because it hurts.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, what did you say? Audio, sensory, Miller, recreation.
If you like sounds and you'd like to purchase some sounds, you simply can go to the ASMR account.
Yeah, you can have this one. I think I only sipped out of it once.
I don't really
And
care.
I only
I feel
have
like I'm dehydrated.
Gonorrhea of the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
To what?
I said I only sipped out of that bottle of water once, and I only have gonorrhea of the mouth. Here comes ASMR.
Don't get water on that mic.
Look how skinny I am because I'm drinking water.
Oh my gosh. It's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a little, but
Mhm.
are you going to just the whole thing? I mean, that's
Mhm.
kind of impressive.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, don't stop because, wow. Incredible.
Are you ready to start?
Almost.
Whew. I am kind of hungry now since I drank that water. I'm a hungry, hungry hippo. Yes, I am today.
Did you buy
Hungry,
that,
hungry hippo. I always wanted it, but my mom never would buy
It
it.
was so
We never
cute.
got
It's
it
like
either.
the thing it would. I think I
Big
had it.
surprise, guess who got it? Because they were R-I-C-H rich. Put the plane up. Leslie had, did you make that
Do you think
for
she
me?
played that game on the jet?
Oh, of course she did. They had two of
Yes.
them, one for the jet and one for the Alabama grill
I
that they owned.
played the Hungry Hippo game on the
Or maybe
jet.
it was in their Myrtle Beach house, or maybe their Pigeon Forge resort.
Content.
Okay, you
Okay.
ready to start?
First of all,
3,
oh, yes.
2, 1, and we're live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome from the Great Smoky Mountains in Sevierville, Tennessee. I'm JP
Woo, woo,
Miller.
woo! And I'm Leslie McCarter, and today is our 10th show.
This is real.
Fireworks! 10 shows.
Episode anniversary.
This is the 10th
I
show we've been on, and I tell you what.
They are flying off the shelves, guys. People are coming from all over to buy our show.
Buy it.
And we are...
Like you used to buy a CD or a cassette tape.
The
Oh.
good thing is every week the number of viewers decreases from like 100 to
Thank
90
goodness.
to 80. And we appreciate you.
Our family watches it a
We
lot.
appreciate the solid 10 that watch us weekly when this drops
my
at
Uncle
Friday
Paul,
at 8 a.m.
Rochelle,
Thanks, Griffith.
Mom,
Who's Griffith?
Paul Griffith, my uncle.
Yeah.
Is there a Karen?
If our
Karen
family,
Aikman, she's a gospel singer.
And
Well,
I don't
gospel
mean
singer.
like I mean Karen. She's the sweet Karen. My friend Brenda follows us and she comments on every show. Thanks, Brenda. But she did make a mention of how you guys gang up on me, and
What?
she will come on the next show.
if
And
anything, you
Brenda
abuse
Smith.
us.
do you need me to come to the studio for the next podcast and rescue you? And I said, yes, maybe. She said, let me know.
For the next podcast. I'm Melanie McLean, but welcome to This Is Real. I say that too. No, but you always say fur, and I do
Fur?
too.
Oh, like
I've got to go to the store for some eggs.
Fursome, not foursome.
I text the preacher while he's preaching.
You do that.
Yeah,
Like
text the
literally
worship leader
in
while
church, I'm not the one texting. I'm listening intently.
You
And
have
JP's
a
over there
Bible app
going-
that looks a lot like Facebook.
And
The Bible.
and that's my cover.
That's
And JP's over here texting Zach, who's our worship leader, as he's on stage worshiping, like, man, you're doing a great job. I think you could use a little more makeup on stage, but you do a great job with
Whatever.
the
All I'm doing is just praying. And Leslie's always like, hey, do you have any candy? Do you want to go out to dinner? We've got to get started. You know, as
did we say welcome to This Is Real?
Yes, we did. Welcome. This is real.
know
Yes,
if we
we
did.
welcome.
For sure.
Hey guys, this is real. Put that little thing up that says this is real. And should
I'm
that
gonna
be
try-
white? I didn't know if it should maybe be yellow because
Do you want to do a color?
We'll see. Let us know what you think, all of our fans.
We might
And I
try
think we
a
had
new
2
color.
comments last time.
Oh yeah, too. That's
Basically,
It's growing.
Does
if
it
you
help
care
when
about
people
us at all,
comment?
it's a
Does it help?
wildfire of a virus.
Does it help when people comment? Does it help
Oh,
bring
it
up?
helps.
yes.
I know on Facebook it does.
It helps me know that people watch it.
And we
Guys-
have to get a website and a Facebook. I don't understand why you said we don't need that. We need, you don't think like Madonna has a website that says Madonna.com or like,
We're not Madonna.
but what about Regis and Kathy Lee.com?
There's a lot of people that are getting away from having websites. They're literally just doing social media platforms. That's what they use. They don't even use a website. We
Okay,
don't.
that's
Do we
fair.
ever use our gym website
But
anymore?
you have it so people can tell.
Well,
no,
we need to stay with the times,
the times.
I guess.
JP, see, you're older. We're younger. Just listen to us.
Earlier this week, my kids got their report cards and they got like straight A's. And I'm
So
like,
did Aaliyah.
big surprise, you guys are homeschooled. She doesn't even do anything. She's at Dollywood.
She's at Dollywood all day.
So it made me think about my school days and how I never got straight A's.
Did you not?
Did you do well in school?
I did well. I was an ABC student. I was never a straight A student. I did, but now in high school, I did make the first F I ever had was in chemistry class. It was so hard
Good for
for me. And guess what? I'm not using any of that today.
I've recalled a few things throughout school that are kind of interesting. One of my favorites was in high school. I was on the newspaper staff, and the teachers would come in and run their tests off on the big copy machine. And Amy Comer was the assistant for the class. So a lot of times they would just leave the papers and say, Amy, please copy this. Well, she would obviously make copies for all of us of the test. And then when the teacher caught on, the teacher would come in and make the copies herself. And then Amy would just push reprint and it would print the test that the teacher left. Isn't that hilarious? So Brian Bond in Miss Nutter's class, we had to do a journal every day. And so she said, today's topic, thoughts on Mrs. Nutter. And so Brian didn't, her name was Fern Nutter. Fern,
No.
like a plant. Yes, it was.
No.
Hi.
She lived across from my brother-in-law,
My name
Paul.
is Fern. Fern Nutter.
Fern Nutter, Salem,
Bless
West
her
Virginia,
heart.
hashtag. Anyway, she was our English teacher. She loved me because I was in the plays at school. That's the one reason I passed, because they needed me to sing in the play.
They need you to sing and act.
And so Brian wrote a pretty bad tribute to Miss Nutter, like bad words, I hate you, because he's like, she'll never read this. Guess what? She read it. So Trish and Steven were dating, and Steven had a history before we did, and Trish sat behind me. And so we had a Channel 1 test every day, true, false. And so Steven would just write the answers down, give them to Trish. Trish would make get them right, and then I would go like this. Like I'm cracking my back, and she would go, A, B, B, A, F, C, you know what I mean?
And give you all the...
Yes, and then till Mr. Courtney caught on and changed them all, and Trish and I went from getting 100, 100, 100, 100, 0. We're like, guess
Hashtag
who
cheater.
got busted? I remember
Waylon was a
cheating
big-
on spelling tests.
In first grade?
And I remember putting the spelling sheet kind of out my desk because I was messy, like a little pig pen. Big surprise.
Oh, surprise.
That's not changed much.
And so
Surprise.
I was,
Insert picture of his drawer that I took a picture of before this when he pulled his drawer out and how messy it is. What is that?
you should see my locker in school.
oh my
It was
gosh.
rough.
Oh, Lord.
And I always stole stuffs, and I would put the stuff that I stole in my locker. And I would have I love taking hall passes and restroom passes and stuff. I had a whole collection, and I had one of those things where you could make a staff on
So
the
you've
chalkboard.
always been a hoarder.
Thief and cheater.
Thief, heater.
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 He is hot today.
So
Hoarder.
I do apologize, everyone. And Sherry, I copied your homework every day on the bus. That's why I'm not intelligent. But I tell you what, I remember we were doing something in class, and the kids had to say what we were going to do with our lives or whatever. And I remember Richard Fury was like, he talks so much, maybe he'll have his own talk show.
And this
Boom.
is why
Hashtag.
it's super successful. And this is why today JP has to do thousands of yard sales to take care of his income.
This is
She thinks she's so funny.
I can't do it now because Leslie is so not funny, and that's what's funny. She really the whole time like we're not going to leave this in,
Yes,
and she
you
took
are.
15 minutes to
We
tell
are.
a story that we're deleting.
That is hysterical.
If anyone wants
That
the
is
stuff that's
hysterical.
deleted, they have to
No.
become a patron.
No.
And we're back on Super Password. Typically,
Guys.
I am the host, but today we're going to let Leslie give it a try. And I bet this will be the last time because I'm sure it will not be successful. Leslie?
I hope that you guys enjoyed my little story there because it is staying in. But we're going to move on to
Bless her
password.
heart.
So, password. We're going to put up a word on the screen that you guys can see.
What?
It's not a visual. It's
I'm trying to. I believe I'm dehydrated.
still.
If y'all have any water,
I just gave you a bottle of water.
do not put it in envelopes because envelopes leak.
What is it? P.O. box.
What? Oh my gosh.
Envelopes do leak if you poured a bottle of water in
They're
it.
not water.
Oh my! Is he really talking?
Remember when everyone was scared of
Oh.
anthrax? Like you'd open a letter and you're like, "Oh my
Yes.
God, is there anthrax in
Is that
it?"
the Unabomber? Or is that different?
That's the
I
thing.
remember
Everybody's
the
afraid of
kidnapper
everything.
van.
You can't go through life being afraid of every stinking thing.
She's very new age. Anyway, it's time back for Super Password, brought to you by Taco Bell.
Absolutely not.
I mean, brought to
If
you
you
by
don't know what
Healthy
password
Balance.
is, watch our show from 2 times ago or something, and you'll figure it out.
We're back, folks, on Super Password. Leslie, take it away.
So, guys, today, Waylon behind the camera, my sexy hub, and the ASMR.
Ew.
Ew! What's
Aaliyah.
in it?
Hey, yeah.
What is in that?
She put pudding in his
Ew,
coffee.
That's because she's trying to make it sweet.
Well, there's
for
no
him.
sugar, so she put vanilla pudding in it.
Oh. Okay,
He drank it all.
obviously enjoyed it.
It must have been all right.
When you start your diet next week, that's not going to be on the
Hey,
plan.
do you want a spoon to finish the rest of your coffee?
JP and Waylon are going to be playing against each other. We have 5 passwords today. The first password is
No. You got to do it in the weird.
You have to, like,
password is.
you know what was funny on the last show? You went, picnic a basket.
a picnic basket.
And nobody
Why?
but Ignavi, you were dying laughing.
Because it's on Yogi Bear.
She
I know.
thinks she's funny,
I know.
JP.
I am funny.
Okay, the first
Miracles.
password is
No.
The password is. That's how
Thank
do
you,
it.
JP.
the password is
That's better.
sticky, small,
Glue.
edible,
Gum.
green, slimy,
Jello.
salty,
Algae.
nose,
Spinach.
finger,
Clams.
small,
You need to put Waylon's face on this too. So it's not
Sticky.
just me. Some type of candy.
edible, green,
Broccoli. That's not sticky.
nose.
Booger.
Ding ding! I figure when I said nose, you would have gotten it. That's the second time I've said it. Waylon won, JP none.
Good job.
Booger! The password is tall,
Jeff. Ellison.
spotted,
Big surprise you like Jeff Ellison.
Dalmatian.
Jeff
Animal.
Gosling, come home.
yellow,
Yelly bellied sapsucker.
zoo.
Coward. What'd you say, blue?
Zoo?
Zoo, yellow, cheetah.
Giraffe.
Giraffe. It is a giraffe. Ding,
Giraffe.
ding, ding, ding. A giraffe.
One time this lady was reading on this kids' TV show I was hosting, and she was supposed to, I think it was Giraffes Can't Fly, and she was like, it's time to read Giraffes Don't Fly.
Giraffes.
And I'm like the host of the show, and I'm like, oh my God, she's not saying giraffes right. Cut.
Like
Feel a
you-
little better because I believe that water hydrated my system, as well as this Adkins creamy vanilla shake for seniors or middle-aged people that are depressed.
Don't drink that because it has artificial sweeteners in it. That is not on your diet
Oh,
plan.
here he goes chugging it.
The third password
Oh.
is
No, you go. The password is.
the password is.
Okay, you sound like a demon.
Okay, the password is Stinky.
Fart.
Feet.
Leslie's feet.
Nail.
Toenail.
JP's nails.
Close. Jelly.
Algae. Fungus.
I don't think you're
Finger.
ready for this jelly.
Toe jelly.
Toe jam.
Yep.
Oh, I help.
Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?
JP 1,
Waylon.
Waylon 2. Say hi, Waylon.
Hi. All right, let's finish password.
Okay, I got 2 left. The password is exercise,
JP. Miller.
booty,
Waylon.
movement,
3D Dance and Fitness Mountain Movement Center.
plie,
Ballet. Dance Moms.
pain,
Glenn Payne.
Childbirth.
Same with
Leg
the
day.
cathedrals. Working out at the gym. Personal trainer.
sissy.
Sissy squat.
I'm going to give it to you because it's just squat.
Like, I'm supposed to get that. That's not fair.
Squat?
That's like me
Exercise?
talking
Booty,
about
like you don't know
gospel.
squat.
Okay, let's do one.
I feel like
Who
she's
won
not-
the Lou Hildreth Award in 1956?
Cares.
The Blackwood Brothers. That's the thing. I know stuff about gospel music. You know
A
stuff about
squat.
exercising.
A squat.
What is this sissy squat?
Excuse me. Oh.
Oh my god. That is
She's
so-
not very good at this game.
no.
I am good. Okay,
One of
here
my
we go.
favorite things is everyone's always like, "Oh, Leslie's hot and she's a nice girl and stuff," and I'm like, whenever we go anywhere, she spits in the yard like before we get in the
I am
house,
not
and I think
ashamed.
it's hilarious. And
I have-
Waylon's like, "Please stop spitting," and Leslie's like,
he's been
"Bam, shut up."
20 years, 22 years, we've actually been together. He saw me spitting as I was running and I was a cheerleader and he liked it.
But no one knows that you're chewing tobacco when you're spitting.
Oh,
Next,
Is this
in
the
West
last
Virginia,
one?
there's a tobacco festival.
Yeah.
Picture it. You live in where my dad grew up in the mountains of West Virginia, like where they have the snake handling videos. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
yes.
up in Appalachia, that's where my dad's from. Snake handling, outhouse, one room schoolhouse, double this size, K through 12. We went to it. Crazy, right?
Like
Wow.
What
5
was I
kids in
talking
class.
about though?
You were talking about tobacco.
So there
Spitting.
they have a tobacco festival every year. And you know who always wins it? An old woman. Like
Right.
90
It's gonna
years
be me.
old with no teeth.
That's going to be me. I'll
That's
win
where I
that
met
and I'll win
Leslie.
the squat
She
competition.
was at the tobacco festival. As a child, she won the child's tobacco spitting contest. She was 7. And
Hush.
so
Is this a show?
Okay, I got one more.
We're
Don't
pretty
look.
off. Okay, let's
Do we
go
have
back and go.
anything?
Leslie,
Okay.
how about one more?
Last password.
Wrong.
The password is
No, do it weirder. It's funnier.
the password is
Excellent.
cleans. Dirt.
JP's lady that cleans his house.
Floor.
I don't have a housekeeper.
Did you fire her?
Roomba,
Dyson. Roomba.
Shark.
sweeper, vacuum.
Carpet. Vacuum. JP 2, Waylon 3.
That's great.
Thanks,
Who
Brenda.
had a Rubik's Cube?
A Rubik's
I think I had one.
And how about it was a little cube with different colors on it?
I could never
And
do
you
it,
go,
though.
dinka, dinka,
Surprise.
dinka.
I never could either.
I do want to say something. I wasn't much of a puzzle person, but
think
I
you're a good
did
puzzle.
rip the stickers off and put them back on, so people thought I did it. And so I ripped all the green off and put them on one side, and you know what I mean. So I acted like I did the Rubik's Cube.
Oh, the Rubik's Cube. I thought you were talking
Oh.
about puzzles. I was like, what stickers are a
Oh,
puzzle?
yeah, I was like
A
puzzle.
Rubik's Cube
Yeah.
is a puzzle.
It is. It's just,
So you took the stickers off and put them all colors on one side?
Yes,
I didn't know you could remove
That
the
probably took more time than actually solving it.
I can't solve. My mind doesn't work that way. It's a
Mhm.
very
How
limited.
does your mind work?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Guys, we're in the Smoky Mountains. This is real. Our studio, if you'd ever like to visit us, is right in the Smokies. And we want you to come.
What about the,
Let's wrap this up. This is not a good show.
I know. Okay, you ready?
yes.
And we're back.
Guys, the reason that we call our show This Is Real is because honestly, we want to have fun with you guys. We want to talk about real life things, but we want to tell you guys stories and tell you real things that have happened with JP and I, real testimonies. We're going to be having some special guests on our show in the future
Mhm.
that are going to be, we have some amazing things coming up and planned for this show. But our main focus is to just be real with you guys. So JP is actually going to share today kind of just like he's going to kind of touch on his testimony and what he's went through in the past with his, his addictions. And I hope that this really encourages somebody out there today.
It's not addictions. It was just addiction.
Because you're not addicted to food. Burger King.
So I totally had great home life. Parents together. They still live. Mom still lives in the same house. Church. Went to ministry after college. Got married. Had 2 kids. Living life. PTA vice president. Doing a TV show, radio show every week, traveling, singing. But I often got kidney stones. If you know what that is.
I've never had one.
They're
Oh my gosh.
awful.
Little
So
story.
I've had them. Yeah.
Mikey, my stepdad. I have never. Waylon's never had a kidney stone.
No.
I've never even been around with somebody. We were in the car. Weren't you in the car with us?
Yeah.
We were in the car somewhere driving somewhere. My stepdad got a kidney stone, and I have never seen a grown man.
Mhm.
This was probably 5-10 years
Yeah.
ago. 10 years ago. In so much pain. Literally, I have never seen moaning in agony.
Yeah.
I literally remember just like praying, be like, God, give me the pain. I felt that
Yeah.
bad for
It
him. Like,
seemed very
it
bad.
They're
was
awful.
so
Yeah.
bad. No, have you dealt with kidney stones like for a long time?
I probably had 30, which is a lot, and I've had them analyzed. What's that called?
Is it where they evaporate them?
Oh, I know what you're talking
Obliterate.
Analyzed.
Obliterate.
about. Something.
I had to pee in this jug, and they tell
Yeah.
me why I got them. And
Mountain Dew.
I've had surgery 3 times on them. So anyway, along that time, I always got like pain pills, like hydrocodone or whatever. No big deal. You took them when you were sick. I'd put the medicine count. You know what I mean? I just didn't think about it. And then I remember like I had surgery and I was really busy, and like after I ran out of the pills, I was kind of I called to get more, and then I had them before surgery, and so it almost became like a normal thing, for me. And so I didn't know it really that I was addicted. I just kept taking them, and then when I couldn't get any more, I started to feel sick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know anything. I didn't know anyone was addicted to drugs, so I didn't even know that was from pills, like withdrawals or whatever.
Yeah.
So I thought I was sick from like kidney stones, so I would get more pain pills, and if you try, you hustle, you can find them. And so I realized, a while, like, I'm like, oh crap, I think I'm addicted to pills. And so I'd stop, and then I couldn't do it or whatever. And no one knew it. Like, Tyann didn't know it. My family didn't know it or whatever. So it went on for a while, and it was something that I dealt with every day. I remember when I realized it was bad, I closed the bathroom door, and I remember telling God, I feel like I used to get my strength from you, and I would come to you for advice or counsel or comfort, and I do that with pills now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, like I said, I was a youth pastor. I was singing. I was on the praise team at church. I mean, we were friends, then. And so I just was extremely embarrassed, obviously. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know anyone that was like addicted to drugs. I wasn't in like a party scene where everyone's like,
Right.
hey, let's pop a pill. I don't even know what that means. So, but I was definitely addicted to them. I started buying them like from a dealer. And
Which I'm sure that even affected your bank account and your
oh yeah,
finances, right? I mean, can it like
you never, I spent thousands of dollars. You never can. It's never enough. Just like anything else, it's never enough. And so it was rough. I kind of got busted. Tyann busted me, and so then I went to a rehab. And
For those of you that don't know, Tyann is
my ex-wife,
his
yeah.
ex-wife.
And so that was pretty much it. The thing that, and I'm clean, today. The thing that I really, and this was a while ago, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, I don't know how long it was. But what I took away from it was, I can't believe that I was addicted to drugs, like me, JP
Right.
Miller. Like,
Right.
I remember stepping out like on stage going like, you are such a fraud, and you are such a liar, and you're a piece of crap.
And you know what? I get that. And the thing is like, because you did put your hope in faith and trust in Jesus at one time, and you probably still were trying to.
Oh yeah,
but
I talk to
something
God all the
else
time.
Snuck in this addiction and started to overtake your life, and you still stayed working in ministry, so you felt like a fake and a fraud. I mean, we were dancing in a drama ministry, and Waylon and our marriage was falling apart. And I remember times just bawling, being like, what is going on? You know, you feel like a little, but the thing is whether it's an addiction, whether it's your marriage struggle, whether it's no matter the things that you're struggling with, you know, Jesus still, he gives so much grace. And I'm not saying that we should stay in those places. He wants us to overcome those, which thank God you did. But the thing isn't that, I think it's though precious though, because like, at least you saw that. You know, there's a lot of people out there walking around that are like, oh yeah, like I can do whatever I want and love Jesus too. Like, the Bible is the Bible. It's the word of God. And if it's a sin, it's a sin. And we need to feel, oh my gosh, what's the word?
Conviction.
We need to feel convictions. If you truly love Jesus, you will feel convicted, you know, and which is what you were feeling, but at the same time. So like, how did you overcome it? Like, I mean, what
it was,
ended up
I
happening?
still, the whole time, I loved the Lord. I didn't doubt my salvation. I loved my kids, you know, I loved my wife. I loved my family. I loved my career and helping people and stuff. And I realized as I was addicted, I still was, that didn't change my desire to serve the Lord or to love people. And so I always felt like people that had addictions were maybe bad, you know, or worse than I was.
Or like
which
you're
is,
a bad guy.
like
and,
I'm awful. And I was always on the other side of being like, oh, God bless them, you know, and now I'm like, you know, kind of got cast aside. And I'm going to tell my whole story about that. And, you know, and even how it relates like to my mental health. A lot of times people that struggle with depression get addicted to stuff. So the point of me saying all this was, if you're addicted or know someone that's addicted or whatever, doesn't mean you're not a Christian. It doesn't mean you're alone. It doesn't mean God's punishing you or you were a bad mom or you were a bad son or whatever the case is. It means the rain falls on the just and the rain falls on the unjust. Christians get addicted as well as atheists.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Christians struggle with everything just like anybody else does. It's just we should be convicted, you know.
But don't feel like, even if the church tries to condemn you, don't you dare feel like you are too broken to belong. And don't you dare, if you're a person in the church, in ministry, kind of shun someone.
Yeah.
Because that's...
Don't shun someone because you're like, oh my gosh, their marriage looks like it's rocky, or that person's messed up. They must have had a bad home life. You had an amazing home life. Your parents were great. I mean, I have great parents. Waylon has great parents, but we still battled in our marriage. That doesn't mean Satan's always out there to attack you. And if you are a follower of Christ, guess what? He's going to always try to weasel his way in. And if it's something so small as an addiction to that or this, he's always going to weasel his way in. But as Christians, we don't need to be looking down on other people because of what they've went through. They are no different than us. We are no better than them.
But by the grace of God, we've heard that thing. And I've realized how big God's grace is. And I'm here to tell you today that you are not unloved. You are not broken. You are not unfixable. You might be addicted. And we definitely pray. We'll work on that.
Yeah, and we definitely pray that you seek help and that you overcome that, because it can ruin your life. I have a cousin who is destroyed by it for 20-something years. Still to this day, I think she's in jail right now because it's just messed up her life. Beautiful, serve the Lord, has great parents. Again, got addicted to some pills because of a surgery, I think wisdom teeth or something. And again, other family members that we've known that have just, it can ruin your life. And I hate that, but I hope that you get help. I hope that you seek the Lord first, of course, because he is the one that's going to give you the strength to get through it. But you may need to go to, I don't know, did you go to
I went to a rehab place. And here's the thing, you need to go get help. Yeah. You don't need to be like, I'm going to kick it on my own, because I tried that like 47 times.
You need Jesus and you need a clinic, and there's nothing
or go to a Jesus clinic. Yeah. You know, it's kind of what I did. Mm-hmm. So you just find somewhere that knows what they're doing, and they'll help you. Rome wasn't built in a day. You didn't get addicted in a day, so you're not going to get off of it in a day. You know, it's going to suck a little bit, but you can do it. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I want to emphasize today is, if you're addicted or you have someone that's addicted or struggling or whatever, it's okay. And you can change, you can get help, but know that I tried to quit like a million times, right? So I thought, I'll do it on Monday. You know what I mean? You hear a
Kinda
lot of
like a
people with
diet.
exercise. Yeah, people are like, I'll start
I'll
on
just start
Monday
on
after
Monday.
the new year.
And how many people listening are addicted to food?
Yeah.
And that's probably there's a lot of people out there that they are addicted to food. They're addicted to something else in their life, whether it's work, whether it's money,
Yeah.
whether it's fame, whatever it is. And guess what? Those things can take over your life and cause you problems. And I don't care what it is, more just as much as pills.
Mhm.
It may look different on the outside, but what is it really doing to your life? So, we all need to check ourselves, but
You're not too broken to belong. And we're here to tell you that there's still a plan, a purpose for your life. And the Bible tells us that plan is to give you hope and a future and something else it says in Psalm 37:4. I don't remember. I mean, not
Jeremiah
Psalm 37:4.
29:11.
Jeremiah 29:11. I'm sorry. I got those confused. I don't have any
For I
notes.
know
I'm
the
going
plans
off the
I have
cuff.
for you declares of the Lord.
Plans to prosper you, not to harm you, give it hope in the future. Amen. So there you go.
Tag, you're it.
I'm a drug addict. And hashtag I was in the ministry. I still am. And God loved me when I was addicted. He loves me now. And he loves you now.
Sure does.
And
This is real, guys.
It's okay. It's okay. Get some help. And we'll see next time. I'll share something else horribly embarrassing in my life with you.
Happy 10 episodes.
10 episodes of This Is Real.
Episode anniversary.
Episode anniversary.
Hopefully with this admittance of drug addiction, we can get up to 120 subscribers. Thanks for subscribing.
So let's talk about
mean-
you being unaddicted to Burger King. How are we going to start this diet?
That's something I work on with Waylon.
I am the nutritionist here
Your
Yeah.
hair doesn't look very healthy.
because it's fake.
Your hair's plastic.
It's because it's plastic. I don't know whose hair it is.
It's Barbie's.
Actually, it's mine because I bought it.
That's true.